Retail Training 1.2, Part 7, Construction Lines, Points, Rounded Corners, and Offsets. We're going to start off by talking about the construction lines. I'm going to select on the round construction line, and this works similar to how you draw a circle. You left click on a starting point and you left click on an ending point. As you can see, it's dotted right now. If we go to 3D mode, it still stays dotted. It's just a reference line. So if I were to select on pull, and if I were to select on the edge and pull this, it pulls it out as a surface. The dotted line does not turn into a surface when you go to 3D mode. However, when I go back to sketch mode, and I'm going to left click on my line in the select options till it turns green, and then I'm going to right click. Now we have options. I'm going to turn off construction line. When I turn off construction line, it becomes a regular line. Now when I select on pull, the whole thing becomes a surface, and when I pull it up, it becomes a cube. Now I'm going to left click on the top corner and box select and delete. Below that, we have construction line. If I select on the construction line and create a line, now we have a construction line. I can press escape twice, left click on my line, right click to give me the options. I can turn off and turn on my construction line. When I do, it will become a regular line. However, above that there is set as mirror. If I select set as mirror, now anything I draw to the left of my design will be mirrored to the right of my design. So I can use it as a mirror line. Now, I'm going to draw another one. I'm going to select on the select option and box select everything and press delete. I'm going to select on the line and press delete. Below that we have point. By selecting on point, I can place points on my drawing or on my project. Points are going to be used for reference. So I can, to draw a line, I can start from that point if I want, but for projects we'll be using the point to place certain objects. We'll discuss that further on. I'm going to box select this and delete. Next we have rounded corners. In order to show rounded corners, I must first just change my view. I'm going to go to top view, and the first icon is rounded corners. So I'm going to first create a box. So I'm going to select on the rectangle tool and create a rectangle. Now we have our rounded corners icon active. I'm going to select the starting point on my curve. Left click to start and then left click to end. So on my second curve I can left click now and I've rounded my corner. Left click again at a starting point, and then you can drag on that other curve and left click at an ending point. To the left we have fillet options. If I select on chamfer mode, I can left click on a starting point, but instead of rounding the corners it gives me a straight beveled edge. And I can left click at an end point, and now we got a tapered edge. Next, I'm going to show the disabled trim. By selecting on disabled trim, I can now round my corners. However, I will not delete the line. It will not trim away the excess line. Now that we've discussed rounded corners, below that we have offset line. So I'm going to box select, press escape twice, box select everything, and press delete. Now, I'm going to draw a spline, and I'm going to create a curve line. I'm going to press escape once to end my line. I'm going to left click on that point and start another line, similar to the other one. I'm going to left click and press escape to end my line. Now, I'm going to left click on my line, and as you can see by left clicking on just that line, it selected just that curve. So when I select on the offset tool, it will offset just that one curve. However, if I double click on it, now I can offset both curves together at one time. As you can see now, in the offset line options on the left, the option is closed with corner. If you can see, there are 4 different curves. Now, below that we have closed with arc. If I double click on my offset curve again, now it offsets it, but this time instead of coming to a point, it closes it with an arc. Below that we have close naturally. If you select on close naturally, double click on the line again to offset, and now it pretty much looks like it does the same as close with corners. However, it doesn't close with a corner. It goes all the way to the end, so you have 2 lines rather than 4 lines. Next we have offset both ways. Double click on it, and pretty much this does what it says. It offsets in both directions.